I know him. It's Santa. Oh my god, it's Christmas. Alright, what's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to another YouTube video, and today we're taking a look at our first Christmas movie. We've had Spooky Month. It's now Christmas Month. It's time to get in the holiday spirit, and we're taking a look at some Christmas movies. There isn't that many Christmas movies that I know of, I'm gonna be honest. There's Rise of the Guardians, there's Home Alone 1, 2, 3, and 4. There's Elf, there's that one Rudolph movie, there's Die Hard, and that's fucking it. They're the only 8 Christmas movies that I know of, so unless I can find more Christmas movies, they're the 8 Christmas movies that we're going to be doing this December to celebrate Christmas, get into that festive spirit, get into that Christmas spirit, talking about all these Christmas films for the holly jolly holidays. And the first one we're going with is Elf. It came out in 2003, the year I was born, so of course this is going to be the one we start off. This is a staple. We watch this every year, and it bugs the shit out of me, I'm gonna be honest. But it is a family comedy. It's an hour and a half long, a good average length of a movie. It is a 4.8 out of 5 on Amazon. It is an 86% on Rotten Tomatoes and a 7.1 out of 10 on IMDb. You can watch this on Now TV, Amazon Prime, YouTube, and Google Play. Buddy the Elf, a human, is raised among elves at the North Pole. When he discovers that he is not an elf, he travels to New York to search for his biological father. So how this movie starts off is Buddy, he's in an orphanage. Santa comes and, he leaves his sack next to Buddy's cot. Buddy gets out, crawls into the Santa sack. Santa accidentally brings him home. He's like, oh fuck, well, can't take you back now, and gives it to his most trusted elf. So he's adopted by this elf, and obviously as time goes on, he gets bigger and bigger and turns into a fully fledged adult. I don't know how the diet of an elf manages to keep him strong and healthy, as he eats a fuck ton of sugar, but he's in elf school. He's learning, he's trying to be an elf. Elves live 10 times longer than humans, so he's aging faster, and he's definitely the standout one. All the elves are actually really nice, so they don't actually pick on him, they don't bully him, and they just accept that he's bigger than everyone else. And it's his dad that's like, yo buddy, you're not an actual elf, dog. You gotta go find your dad. So they ship him off. He goes outside, he ends up on an iceberg, and he manages to get to New York. I don't fucking know how that works. And he's just running around New York. He gets a job at like a toy factory. He gets like a girlfriend as well, and he finds his father and eats spaghetti with sugar. It's then Christmas, and Santa's trying to sort of fly over, but there's not enough Christmas spirit, so everyone in New York sings a Christmas carol. Santa gets his Christmas spirit back and saves Christmas. Buddy then goes back to the North Pole with his girlfriend, and that's pretty much it. That is the story. Quick, basic rundown of the story, and I'm gonna be honest, this is like a one-time watch for me. This isn't a film that I can sit down and rewatch over and over and over again. It just is. It's like very basic. It doesn't really get me into the Christmas spirit. I'm sorry, I find Buddy the Elf annoying. I find Buddy the Elf annoying as fuck. I know it's like Christmas spirit and all, and that's the whole point of the movie. He's supposed to be happy and giddy, and he's supposed to be shedding Christmas like cheer and Christmas spirit, but he's annoying as fuck. He is annoying as fuck. My mum quotes the fucking That Santa, I Know Him every year at Christmas, and it pisses you off. It gets old, and it gets old fast. It is a very iconic line, a line which I've heard too many times to even care to sort of try and count. And the costume design, you know what, that's fair. Buddy the Elf's costume is pretty fucking iconic and pretty out there, I will say. He actually ran through New York City wearing that, which is a bold fucking choice. Especially New York as well. It's very bold that he did that. But he actually went and interfered with people and did all that shit that you see in the movie, which I think is very, very bold. Very, very bold of them. And you know what? If you take a look at the blooper reel, it tells you how hard that shit was. And dog, I can imagine how hard that shit was. Like, holy fucking shit. That must have been awful to try and film. I genuinely can't think of anything worse. I cannot think of anything worse. I would not do that because social anxiety. But the the acting is actually good. The acting is good. The acting is great from Will Ferrell and the other elves. It is good acting. It's a decent story. It's like, it's very unique and it hasn't been done before, and it hasn't been done since. It is a very unique story with like a human being an elf and sort of living as an elf and then going to find their father who's miserable and sort of cheering them up. It's the sort of same old Christmas story. It's finding that Christmas cheer, getting them to believe, getting them to be happy. We have it in Rise of the Guardians. You have to get them to believe in you for you to, like, you know, be able to interact with the world and for them to see you. And you have to have that Christmas spirit and the belief to sort of have your powers work. And it gets old. It does. It really does. There is only so many Christmas movies I can watch where Santa has the Christmas spirit sort of sucked out of him and he loses his power. And the main characters have to regain that Christmas spirit to get them moving again. It's a fucking very old plotline. Can we have something else for Christmas, please? Can we do something else for Christmas? Like, seriously, this plotline gets old very, very quickly. Again, Elf, I do feel like, was one of the first sort of people to use this plotline and sort of make this plotline all the way back in like 2003. It is like, you know, it's long enough ago that I feel like it's, you know, that one of the first to use it. So it's not as, so I can let Buddy the Elf get away with this one. I can let him get away with this one with him being one of the first to use this plotline. But he's not getting away with much else. I refuse to let him get away with anything else. He's got the acting. He's got the songs. The songs are fucking bangers. The soundtrack slaps. I'm talking about the soundtrack more and more in film reviews because some of these soundtracks go fucking hard. Like, the Elf soundtrack goes fucking hard, not gonna lie. I know it's just Christmas songs, but Christmas songs fucking slap, alright? Christmas songs fucking slap until you're at work and have to listen to them 24/7, then I hate them, alright? It started Christmas, they're great. By the time Christmas comes around, I'm fucking sick of hearing them, and I want to blow my brains out, alright? Christmas gets very annoying very quickly, alright? I'll say that right now. And that might just be the Scrooge, the Grinch in me. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. Christmas gets boring quickly. Gets repetitive quickly. There is only so much you can do with Christmas. That's why I think Halloween is 10 times better than Christmas. Don't get me wrong, Christmas Day is great. I'm on about like the theming around Christmas, like with Santa and the movies and the songs. It gets old fast. And this is one that gets old fast. I cannot sit and watch this movie like over and over again. I watch it once per Christmas because I'm forced to, but if I don't have to, I won't, because I know the plot of, like, the fucking back of my head. Like, I know most of the, like, quotes from this movie like the back of my fucking head. It is engraved into my brain. I know what's gonna happen. It's a boring watch when you know what's gonna happen. When you know the entire plot, it's a boring watch, and I can't do it. That is just something my brain won't allow. My brain, just rewatching movies, I don't like it, because I know what's gonna happen. Like 3 minutes into the movie, my brain's like, yeah, I know what's gonna happen here, we don't need to watch this. And I'm like, cool, okay. There is very, very few movies which I can actually sit down and rewatch and enjoy. And that's because they have to be, like, in my top 10. Like, they have to be so fucking good that I can rewatch them. Like, there is a bar, and there is a bar that's set, because if it doesn't overachieve that bar, I ain't watching it again, because I've seen it once and I'm done with it. Like, I don't need to watch it again. And this is one of those movies. I don't know what I think it's just because I've watched it so much that it's gotten old and boring and repetitive. Again, it did come out in 2003, same year I was born, 2003, kid represent. But it's just so repetitive. And Buddy gets on my nerves. He's just so loud. I'm just getting old. That's it. I'm just getting old. That's the only explanation I have. I'm 20 now. I'm too old for this shit. I'm over Christmas. Halloween's where it's at. Buddy the Elf is too chaotic and too bouncy for me. I think he's a pretty bad main character because he's just one note. He's all hyper, and you don't really see him change or have a character arc throughout this movie. He doesn't really do much other than cause chaos and just make people want to believe in Christmas. Like, he doesn't have the change. He makes the change by being annoying as fuck. which I don't think works. If you nag someone long enough to believe in Christmas, it ain't gonna fucking work. It's just gonna make them hate Christmas even more. And that's what this film's done. This film has ruined Christmas for me. You know what? That Elf ruined Christmas for me. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm going off. Alright? Elf ruined Christmas for me. So, I'm sorry this video. I know it's supposed to be a uplifting, festive film. This film, it's a 4 out of 10. Because the soundtrack slaps and the story is mediocre. It's been overdone now, but I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt. When it first came out, it probably new and exciting. But as of now, I'm giving it like a mid title. It's a 4 out of 10. All right, I just can't with Elf. Okay, I'll be back with other Christmas movies, and I promise I'll be in much happier spirits, much more Christmassy mood than that. I've been a Grinch. All right, I've been a Grinch. I'm sorry, but I just can't with Buddy. I just can't.